Okay, I busted a hydraulic line, and it's the one that's right down in here. It comes off of the pump way over here. I can get it, but it's got that nice little elbow in it. It comes off the pump, goes to the accumulator, and actually gets distributed back to the backhoe and the loader right here. So I've got to get in there and put the new one on. It's in a difficult spot, so we'll see how it goes. So let me see how far I can get without getting too dirty and turn this thing on and show you. Okay, first challenge is this 1 3/8 inch compression fitting that's sitting on top of this other fitting, this right here, is really difficult to get to. Now, I could remove this plate and get to it a little bit easier, but in order to do that, I've got to take out, I may be able to get away with not having to take out the entire radiator right here, but I got a bolt here, and a bolt here. So I'm going to see if I can squeeze in there somehow and loosen this without taking this whole thing off and turning it into a 4-hour ordeal. Okay, surprisingly enough, I can manage to get at least this part in here, this part of the wrench, and get it loose. Let me see if I can get on it and actually spin it. But you can see down there, it's actually spinning for me. If I can get it again. There we go. So we're spinning. I'm going to go ahead and keep on going. Okay, I finally got it loose. I had to take off this plate, this one here that was supporting the it's got a bottom bracket for the radiator and the fan housing. But I had to move this out of the way in order to just be able to get the wrench in on here. But it's been removed, and right now I'm going to try to go ahead and clean up a little bit around it so I don't get anything in there while I'm putting the other one on, and go ahead and put this one in before I put the hose on. And those are 2 fittings. And if you take a look, 2 fittings here. I'm going to go ahead and replace them just because they're probably good. I'm going to go ahead and save them for maybe a future emergency use. But if you look, that O-ring in there is nice and flat on this one side, so it's been heating up and cooling down over time. Both of these, of course, they just fell in the dirt after I got this one loose, so they're pretty dirty. But I'm going to go ahead and you can see this one right here. You see that profile on that. It's got flat, so I'm replacing both these O-rings, both these fittings, and the hose. I'm going to go ahead and start putting them back on and see if I can start it up here in a couple minutes. Alright, so we had to move the plate out of the way, but now the whole new hose and the whole new fittings are on there, the 2 adapters. Very difficult to get in just because of how short the hose is and where it's going. So the key on a short one like this is to put in the straight piece first, and then on your angled piece you can take a big wrench and you can put it around the back. We can try to get this out of the way. Put it around the back of that fitting right here, and you can move it back and forth and up and down and kind of get it in position so you can put the compression fitting on that, or the compression nut that sits down on the fitting that goes inside the hydraulic pump or wherever it's going. So I just tested it. It worked. No leaks. So we're going to put this thing back together. It's raining on me right now, so I'll go ahead and put it back together and keep it moving. Okay, so I didn't film that much of this one. It's wet and it's muddy and dirty, and you know, trying to operate a phone while I'm trying to do it is pretty tough. But let me see. I'm going to go ahead and show you what's going on here, and then we're going to start it up. Okay, so it's back together. Got the plate back in. Let's see, the bracket for the radiators on with housing and everything. New line is in here. It runs down underneath there. It's secured pretty good. I actually had to take off the top cover and a number of other things just to be able to get in here and put enough pressure on the wrench in here, and of course this is 1 3/8 and on the inside and 1 1/2 on the outside. So you have to have a decent sized wrench to be able to get in there. So let's see. Let's walk around. I've got the key in. Of course, there's the old part. You can see this is where in the previous thing where I actually grabbed a hold of it to be able to manipulate it to get it in. And there's the rip from earlier. So let's walk around here. And of course, this house is starting to show. So I need to get this big giant machine out of the front yard here. So of course, there's the nasty inside, and we'll start it up. Started. Right. There's the hydraulic pump kicking on. Let's run over here to where this top's going. So top's going.